going to work on soothing upper back and neck pain. So we're going to start off in a seated cross-legged position. Sit up nice and tall. You're going to lower your shoulders down away from your ears. Take a moment here to just connect to your breath. On your inhale, raise your arms above your head, and then as you exhale, twist towards one side and then drop both hands down where they are. Usually you'll have one on your knee and one behind your butt. So take just a couple moments here to breathe in this seated twist. This really helps to open up our entire back from our lower back in the spine area, and then also through our upper back, shoulder blade area muscles. Just starting to open them up a little bit. And on your next inhale, come back to center. Take a deep exhale. And on your next inhale, raise your arms above your head again, and then as you exhale, twist towards the opposite side and lower your hands down where they are. If you'd like to, you can look back behind you towards your back hand. And take a few moments here to just breathe at your own pace. And on your next inhale, come back to center. We're now going to make our way to tabletop position. So we'll come to our hands and knees on the mat, with your knees just stacked under your hips and your hands stacked under your shoulders. You can spread your fingertips wide and allow your weight to go through all edges of your hands. As you inhale, you're going to drop your belly and lift your head. And then as you exhale, push through your hands, round through your back, and drop your head. So we'll go through a few cycles of this cat-cow. As we inhale, drop our belly and lift our head. And exhale, push through your hands, round through your back, and drop your head. So going through this motion really works to warm up a lot of our muscles, especially our abdominals, and then in this position, our upper back and shoulder muscles. This motion of cat-cow is especially helpful if you sit at a desk a lot during the day or you drive in a vehicle a lot, because most of the time we're kind of in one position throughout the whole day. So moving like this really helps to counterbalance some of those stagnant positions. All right, and on your next inhale, you can come back to tabletop here. We're going to move into a forearm plank, and we won't be there for very long, so don't panic, but this will really help to also open up our upper back, and then we'll transition into some other things. So we're going to stay where we are in tabletop, and then as you move into forearm plank, you'll drop your elbow down right where your hand was, so stacked underneath your shoulder. You do the same for both elbows, and then just slowly walk one leg back and then the other leg back, and try and lower your butt down a little bit so we're in a plank position and you can look forward. We'll just hold this for 2 breaths, so we'll inhale and exhale, and then inhale and exhale. Drop your knees down to the mat and slowly lower your belly down onto the mat as well. And then we'll flip over onto our backs. And then kind of sit up and extend your legs out in front of you. So this is staff pose, where we're sitting up nice and tall, our legs are out straight, and we're working to extend our head up towards the ceiling, towards the sky, and lower our shoulders down away from our ears as we extend our legs and kind of push through our feet. You can lift your toes up towards in the direction of your chest, so you're kind of feeling a stretch through the backs of your legs here. And if you want to, you can kind of rotate between pointing and flexing your feet to kind of open up your ankles a little bit. Obviously, that has nothing to do with opening our upper back or neck muscles, but it's also something to do that is helpful in general and kind of keeps your mind off of some other things as you're stretching that back leg muscle area. All right, so we're going to place our hands back a little bit behind us with our fingers facing our feet. And then we're going to come into a position where we're going to lift our hips up and kind of open up through our upper back. This will be a slight back bend, but if you're having any, one second. If you're experiencing any pain in your wrists, your hands, your back, or anything, please stop and come back down to that staff position where we're just sitting up straight and our legs are straight in front of us. So go ahead and try this, and if it's not working for you, that's totally fine. We can just come back down to that staff position. So as you inhale, you're going to lift up through your hips and kind of push through your hands and your feet. So your hands and your feet are equally distributing your weight. If you feel a little shaky here, that's normal. Allow your hands to be spread, your fingertips wide, and look up towards the sky or the ceiling. We'll just hold this for a little bit longer. Awesome, and now slowly lower your butt back down onto the mat. We're going to come down to the floor fully. And you can keep your knees bent here. So we're going to work on bridge pose. So you can lower your arms down at your sides, palms facing down. And then we're going to push through our feet as we lift our hips up. So we're just going to press up through our feet, through our forearms, lifting our hips. It's kind of similar to what we just did before, but in a different position. So we'll just hold it here for a little bit as we breathe through bridge pose. Again, this is a different way of opening up our upper back as we work to strengthen our lower back and our glutes. You may also feel this in your quads. This is a really good stretch for a lot of different areas of our muscles. And now you can lower your hips slowly down towards the mat. We'll stay here just to breathe for a few breaths, and then we'll do that one more time. So now that our backs are back down onto the mat, you want to make sure that your lower back is definitely pressing against the floor and not lifted. Just take a few moments here to breathe. On your next inhale, we're going to again slowly push through your hands and your feet as you lift your hips up. Try and focus on keeping your knees about hip distance apart. It's really easy to allow your knees to kind of fall out to your sides here, but you want to kind of keep them in line with your hips. You can just breathe fully on your own here. Taking a few nice breaths. And then as you exhale, you can slowly lower your hips back down towards the mat. Allow your entire lower back to be touching the mat on the floor. And then slowly extend your legs out in front of you. We're going to spend just a couple minutes here in Shavasana. So you can allow your palms to face upwards, and if you're comfortable doing so, you can close your eyes here. And then just begin to breathe on your own, working to take slightly longer inhales and slightly longer exhales. With each exhale, picture your body just relaxing even more into the mat. There's no need to hold your muscles tight anywhere right now because the mat is supporting you and your body. So just let your muscles loose and let them melt into your mat. As you breathe here, you are safe. There's no need to be tense. If your eyes were closed, you can begin to flutter them open now. And then slowly make your way up to a seated cross-legged position. Sit up nice and tall. We'll take one more inhale as we raise our arms above our head. And then exhale, slowly float them down towards the mat. Thank you so much for showing up for yourself today. I hope this helped to open up your upper back and neck muscles and relieve some of your pain. And I hope that you have a great day.